Court will call 26 CF 610 State of Wisconsin versus Connor PRECHT. Appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Connor PRECHT appears in person by counsel, Attorney Erica Becker-Bros from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint and we waive its formal reading. Check. The address on file is correct and he does have a private attorney.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. PRECHT's behalf to the misdemeanor charges. And I do believe there is a victim who wishes to make a statement in this case. If you are here on the PRECHT matter, please unmute yourself. *6 to unmute on a phone. Please state and spell your name for the court reporter.
Initials O-A-A.
This is your opportunity to tell the court what you think I should do in regards to setting bail here today.
Thank you. For bail, I would like no contact, including third-party contact, no presence between the 300 and 500 block of West Gorham Street, no posting about or mentioning victim on any social media or other platforms, to be banned from any place that I temporarily occupy, no use or purchase of any alcohol, or not to be in any premise where alcohol is their main business.
Thank you, sir. The court will take that under consideration. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $500 cash bail with conditions that the defendant have no contact with OAA or any place that they temporarily occupy, that the defendant be banned from the 300 to 500 block of West Gorham Street, that the defendant not consume or possess any alcohol, and for the court to administer a 940-47 admonishment. Your Honor, the defendant's already on bond for an Act 3 eligible offense. As alleged, the defendant is now threatening publicly to physically harm one of his fraternity brothers. As alleged in the complaint, it's a scary course of behavior, and therefore some cash bail is necessary.
Counselor.
Your Honor, we would request a signature bond. In this case, he is a student and he has very good grades. He has no convictions of record. At this point, he also has no failures to appear. I don't believe that bail is necessary to ensure that his appearance in court. I would ask that the victim's request that he not be on premises with alcohol not be considered by the court, as he does work at a bar and thus would need to continue his employment there. If I could have one moment to speak with my client. Because he has these ties to the community, and I don't believe that bail is necessary to ensure his appearance in court, we would ask for that signature bond.
We are here on Mr. Peck's second felony matter. The allegations in the complaint are scary as for the victim. Given that he does have a prior felony charge, it does look like he has no prior convictions that the court is aware of, or no missed court appearances. I am going to order $200 cash bail to assure his appearance at future court dates. I am going to order no contact with OAA. You are banned from the 300 to 500 block of West Gorham Street. You are not to use or possess or consume any alcohol during the pendency of this case. That's going to be difficult if he is a bartender, because he's not going to be able to possess any alcohol whatsoever. I am going to order that he is banned from establishments where alcohol is their primary distribution. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, counselor.
It looks like they, give me one moment.
And one more second, I do want to order that this no contact, just so you understand, it is not direct or indirect. You can have no contact whatsoever. Call, write, text, message through a third party, no contact whatsoever. I'm also going to admonish you under WISTAT 940.47. I find that that knowing and malicious prevention or dissuasion of any person who is a victim has occurred or is reasonably likely to occur. So therefore, this no contact is under that as well, which means even if you don't sign your bail form, you're in the jail on that $200. If you contact him in any way whatsoever, you can be charged with new crimes. You need to make sure you do not have any contact.
They would like to waive the time limits.
Time limits are waived. A status conference shall be scheduled. We are adjourned in Mr. Peck's case.
All right, right. Next up is Noah IBARRA SANDOVAL, hearing by Zoom.
Roll call 26 CM 550, State of Wisconsin versus Noah IBARRA SANDOVAL, appearances.
John Baker for the state.
Noah IBARRA SANDOVAL appears by Zoom by counsel attorney Eric Becker-Rose from the Public Defender's Office. If you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up? And have you received a copy of the
For the record,
complaint?
he has given the court a thumbs up.
Okay, he gave a thumbs up to receiving a copy of the complaint as well. We do waive its formal reading. Mr. IBARRA SANDOVAL, is your address on Jupiter Drive still correct? Okay, it looks like the address on file is incorrect.
Sir, what is your best mailing address?
Bend down and say that again. 6905 Avalon Lane.
Is that in Madison?
Yes,
Do you know the zip code?
53719.
Thank you.
And it looks like he is eligible pending verification for public defender services.
Sir, make sure you follow up with the Public Defender's Office pending verification to get appointment of counsel. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding as to the charges. I will enter not guilty pleas on Mr. IBARRA SANDOVAL's behalf. State's position on bail.
State's requesting a signature bond with the condition that the defendant not consume or possess any alcohol.
Any objection?
No objection.
I will give Mr. IBARRA SANDOVAL a signature bond. I will order that you not possess or consume any alcohol during the pendency of this action. We are adjourned.
Next up is JAROD HALBERSMA.
Court will call 26 CF 599, State of Wisconsin versus JAROD HALBERSMA, appearances.
John Baker for the state.
Good afternoon, Attorney Michael Covey making a special appearance. I represent the defendant in Dane County case 26 CM 291. I'm making a special appearance today. I anticipate we will retain for this case within the week.
Thank you, Counselor. Have you received a copy of the criminal complaint?
I have received a copy. I have reviewed it. I am unsure if my client has reviewed it prior to this moment. Judge, I can say this. I'm giving him a copy. We would waive reading of the criminal complaint for purposes of this hearing. I'll make sure to go over it with him soon.
Is the address on the front of the complaint your best mailing address, sir?
Yeah.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding, and as to misdemeanor charges, entering not guilty plea on Mr. HALBERSMA's behalf. I understand there's someone who identifies as a victim in this case who wishes to make a statement. If you are here on the HALBERSMA matter, please unmute yourself. Please state and spell your, hello, can you please state and spell your name for the court reporter?
My name is Michaela Schumacher Hartzell.
Can you spell your name for the court reporter?
Micayla, middle initial L, SCHUMACHER, hyphenate, HARTZELL.
Thank you, ma'am. This is your opportunity to tell the court what you think I should do in regards to setting bail here today.
I do not believe a no contact order is necessary. Jared and I will no longer be working together in the same building. And after this, I believe it's best him and I go separate ways. I asked the court to consider a low to no bond so he can return to work as soon as possible. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The court will take that under advisement when setting bail here today. State's position on bail.
State's requesting a signature bond with conditions that the defendant have no contact with Michaela S-H, and that he be banned from the 700 block of Onsgard Road in Madison, ONSGUARD. Your Honor, I understand that the victim in this case has not formally made a request for no contact. However, the state thinks it's appropriate here, given the facts of the case. As alleged, the defendant gets upset at breaking up with the victim and strangles the victim 3 times. The last time he allegedly lifts her by the neck. I think given these facts and the felony charges, the no contact is merited to protect the victim.
Counselor.
One moment, please. We don't have any objection to the proposed conditions of bond.
I will then give Mr. HALBERSMA a signature bond. Sir, I will order that you have no contact with Michaela S.H. and that you are banned from the 700 block of Onsgard Road.
Your Honor, it's the 1700 block.
1700 block of Onsgard Road. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, Counselor.
We're going to waive the time limits for the preliminary hearing. He'll be out of custody and we need to be retained.
Time limits have been waived. A status conference shall be scheduled. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Next up is Christopher Naputi.
Sir, you gotta sign the bond when you get out, call me, okay? Thank you. I'm so sorry, Colin. I'm pretty putting it to bail, right? Thank you. Sorry. I'm sorry to get out of the way. Thanks, everyone. Afternoon, Commissioner.
Morning. Afternoon.
Yellow X.
Court will call 26
Sure.
CM 467, State of Wisconsin versus Christopher Naputi. Appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Good afternoon, Commissioner Attorney Bob Hurley appears in person along with Christopher Naputi.
We are here for a bail hearing on a misdemeanor matter in regards to return off alleged violations in pretrial services in 26 CM 467. State's position on bail.
Sorry, just one moment. Your Honor, I'd ask for an increase in bond. I'd leave the amount to the court's discretion.
It's currently at 2,000 based upon the order of the court.
Okay, then I wouldn't ask.
This is the access motion article.
We did file a motion, Commissioner.
And this does not affect the felony case. There was no motion filed in that case.
That's correct.
Okay.
So, Mr. Naputi allegedly had a bond pretrial services violation. Had his IA in the misdemeanor file that we're discussing, that would be 26 CM, sorry, I have it right here.
467.
Thank you, 467. And he came in to do his pretrial services, allegedly blew and there was alcohol in his system, violation of a bond condition. At that point, Commissioner Rome set bond at $2,000 cash bond in this matter, 26 CM 467. Then the next day, I believe it was the next day or within the next 2 days, Mr. Naputi had his initial appearance in 26 CF 534. Felony bail jumping, misdemeanor bail jumping, cash bond was set at $200. This file is a disorderly conduct and a misdemeanor bail jumping. So we've got a felony matter that had initial appearance subsequent to this with a $200 cash bond. This matter, upon a alleged bond pretrial services violation, was ordered by Commissioner Rome. It was not sent back to Branch 11, the case, the branch assigned to the case, and instead Commissioner Rome assigned the $2,000 cash bond in the CM matter, disorderly conduct, misdemeanor, bail jumping. As noted by the court, we are not addressing 26 CF 221. We are only addressing the $2,000 cash bond in 26 CM 467 based upon
It's
the,
also 2026 CF 221.
I realize that.
Okay.
I'm not contesting that. I know that that's out there.
Go ahead.
So based upon the bond amount of $200 in a felony matter that occurred after this, the $2,000 ordered in 26 CM 467 is outrageously high. And he, as noted by the court, he's already got $2,000 on 26 CF 221. We are asking this court to amend the bond in the misdemeanor matter, 26 CM 467, to $100 from $2,000. That would then, I believe, comport with the $200 cash bond in the felony bail jump and misdemeanor bail jump. Thank you.
Counselor.
Thank you. I would object to any bond modification here. It's a very specific violation of the defendant's bond conditions. And so I believe that the $2,000 are appropriate.
Upon reviewing the complaint and the charges therein and Mr. Naputi's history as presented to the court, there's a PSA report on February 27th, which gives him 3 out of 6 on new criminal activity, 2 out of 6 on failure to appear. Obviously, that predates the violation we're here on today. I do believe that a reduction to $200 cash bail is appropriate given the severity of the offenses as alleged and the violation as alleged with the new charges. Therefore, I will reduce the bond to that amount in this case. I will also continue all non-monetary conditions as previously set.
Thank you, Commissioner.
We are adjourned in Mr. Naputi's case. Good luck to you, sir.
All right. Do you think you get the 200 posted? Okay, great. Call me when you get up.
Next,
Okay.
Taylor Christian, appearing by Zoom. Thanks.
For bail hearings, court will call 25 CF 1838, 25 CF 2386, 25 CF 2496. For initial appearance, 25 CF 2898 and 26 CF 598 appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Taylor Christian appears by Zoom by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Brose from the Public Defender's Office. Mr. Christian, if you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up? He gave a thumbs up for the record. Have you received a copy of the complaint? Can you give me another thumbs up? And yes, another thumbs up on that he has received a copy of the complaint in the 2 cases for the initial appearances, and we do waive their formal readings. Is your address on Dalagasa Drive still correct? He gave another thumbs up, and he does appear to be eligible for public defender services.
Get that address on Delagasa. I don't see that on either of the complaints, at least in the CCAS system, and I don't see that in the old cases.
Okay, I see 306 Dalagasa Drive, Arena, Wisconsin, 53503.
I have reviewed 25 CF 2898 and 26 CF 598 and make probable cause findings and will enter not guilty pleas as to the misdemeanor charges in those cases. State's position on the return on warrant on the older cases for bail and on the newest cases.
State would request $1,000 in each of the 3 bail cases. As for the initial appearances, first on 25 CF 2898, the state requests $5,000 cash bail with the condition that the defendant have no contact with Amanda J. In 26 CF 598, state requests $1,000 cash bail with the condition that the defendant that he not possess or consume any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription. I'll first start off with 26 CF case. He was out on warrants at the time. It's alleged that he ran from police. Furthermore, he has various failures to appear. I think 1 this year, 2 last year, 2 the year before that, and various more in the years prior. Furthermore, just the fact that he's on felony bail in 3 cases, and then now circling back to the 25 CF 2898 case, the other initial appearance case.
Y'all got an illegal arrest.
He has,
Y'all mash them.
I'm sorry, I muted the defendant, the prosecutor is going to regard.
so the defendant's on felony bail in 3 cases. 2 of them, he's not supposed to have contact with this victim, because they're charged as batteries and DCs with the same intimate partner. Yet it's alleged that he continues to batter her. He's engaging in abusive conduct. Given all of this, we think significant cash bail is necessary.
Counselor.
Your Honor, for the 25 CF 2386, we would ask for a cash bond of $100. For the 25 CF 1838, we would ask for $500. In 25 CF 2496, bond of $100. And for the 2 cases today, we would ask for a signature bond. We do see the various failures to appear. Give me one moment. I did just receive the 26 CF complaint. If I could have just one moment to look at that.
Absolutely.
I would note that he does qualify for public defender services, so it is a significant monetary burden upon him. He does already have, although cash bail does seem appropriate, the amounts requested by the state do feel too high to ensure his appearance in court.
And Your Honor, just correcting myself a little bit, for the bail cases, specifically, I'm requesting a $1,000 cash bail addition to each of those cases.
In regards to the return on warrants, given the failure to appear, the potential penalty increase, and Mr. Christian's non-appearance on multiple occasions in the past, I do believe cash bail is necessary in each of those cases. In 25 CF 1838, I will set cash bail in the amount of $600. 25 CF 2386, I will set cash bail in the amount of $600. And 25 CF 2496, I will set cash bail in the amount of $600. I will reinstate all non-monetary conditions. In those cases, there are disputed funds that were posted which should not be allowed to be applied. They're alleging fraud in regards to those postings in 25 CF 2386 and 25 FA 1838. Those funds as posted will not be applied towards that bail. These are new bails in all 3 of those cases.
Commissioner, to understand you, is that an additional $600 that would need to be posted? I believe all paid is disputing a fraction of what's been posted. So we currently have $200 undisputed in 1838 and $900 undisputed in 2386.
It is an additional $600 on each of those cases, and any undisputed funds that have been posted can be applied. Any disputed funds cannot be applied for clarity. In regards to 25 CF 2898, it's alleging domestic violence charge. And again, you've got a number of felony bail jumpings. Given that increased penalty, his previous showings of failure to appears, I will set cash bail in that case in the amount of $3,000 and order no contact with Amanda J. In regards to 26 CF 598, I will set cash bail in the amount of $1,000 in order that he not consume or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription. As to the two newest cases, time limits on the preliminary hearing, counselor.
We do not waive.
Those are not waived and shall be scheduled timely. We are adjourned in Mr. Christian's cases.
Next up is Anthony Dawson.
For bail hearings, the court will call 25 CM 1777, 25 CM 2234 for an initial appearance, 26 CM 549, State of Wisconsin versus Anthony Dawson, appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Anthony Dawson appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Brose from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the newest complaint and we waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct, and at this time, he is eligible for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint in 26 CM 549. I do make a probable cause finding and entering not guilty plea on Mr. Dawson's behalf. State's position on bail.
State requests $500, an additional $500 in each of the two cases for the bail hearings. As for the initial appearance, state requests $1,000 cash bail with conditions that defendant not consume or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription, and that he be banned from the 300 block of East Washington Avenue here in Madison. Your Honor, it's alleged that he committed this offense at the time he was out on warrant for his non-appearances in those two bail cases. He also does have a failure to appear in May of 2023. Therefore, some cash is necessary to ensure future court appearances.
Counselor.
Your Honor, we would ask for a $100 cash bond total for the bail, the prior charges, and a $100 cash bail on the initial appearance. Your Honor, with this new case, the 26 CM case, although it's alleged that he provided a fake name, this was quickly rectified. He was otherwise cooperative. It does appear that it was quickly fixed for him. With his prior cases, if I could have just one moment to speak with my client.
Sure.
Wait one moment. Because he does qualify for public defender services, we do feel that the high cash bond would be too significant. It would be more than is required to ensure his appearances at future court appearances. For that reason, we ask for the low cash bond.
There's a PSA report in this case. It gives him 6 out of 6. And when I say this case, it's 26 CM 549. 6 out of 6 on new criminal activity, 6 out of 6 on failure to appears. He has prior charges pending at the time of the offense, prior misdemeanor convictions, prior felony convictions, prior violent convictions, 2 or more prior failures to appear in the past 2 years, and failures to appear older than 2 years. He also has prior sentences to incarceration and recommends cash bail. He has shown he is not able to voluntarily appear at court with the failure to appears on the return on warrant cases. Therefore, in the newest case, I do set cash bail in the amount of $700. I will order that he not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription in a band from the 300 block of East Washington. In 25 CM 1777, I will set cash bail in the amount of $300 and reinstate all non-monetary conditions. In 25 CM 2234, I will set cash bail in the amount of $300 and reinstate all non-monetary conditions. We are adjourned in Mr. Dawson's cases.
Mr. Dawson, right this way. Next up is MAYNOR, MARTINEZ, and ARTICA, hearing by Zoom. That's fine, give it name.
Yes.
Let me just hear it.
Court will call 26 CM 551.
Se abrió la sesión, el número de caso 26 CM551.
State of Wisconsin versus Minor, Isel Martinez ARTICA.
El estado de Wisconsin contra Minor, ASAHELA, ARTICA.
Yeah, that's my name. That's my name.
Appearances.
Las comparecencias.
John Bake for the state.
El fiscal por el estado.
Minor Azael Martinez Artica appears by Zoom by counsel attorney Erica Becker Rose.
El señor Martínez Artica se presenta por Zoom con la abogada Rose.
If you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up?
Si me escucha,
I can
puede
hear you,
indicar.
I can hear you clearly, yep.
Sir, do you want an interpreter?
Do you need an
I
interpreter?
speak English and Spanish, so I don't, it don't really mean, it doesn't really matter to me, you know?
It's up to you. If you want an interpreter, we'll have him translate. If you don't have to.
I speak English too, in Spanish.
Okay? You seem very fluent in English. Do you want to continue on your, without the interpreter?
Yeah, I can do it in English.
Okay. sounds good.
For the record, he
No, hold
engaged
on,
my
hold on. Yeah, I actually need it. I need him.
Okay, we shall continue with him then.
Okay.
Have you received a copy of the complaint?
¿Has recibido copia de la denuncia criminal en tu caso? Es la hoja de cargos. ¿Recibiste esa hoja?
No, no la he visto. Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
I've not seen it.
Me la dio, pero no la he visto.
Oh, they gave it to me, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, he has received a copy of the complaint and we
Vale.
do waive the formal reading.
Parece que ha recibido copia de la denuncia criminal y renunciamos la lectura formal.
At this time, I do not know if he qualifies for public defender services.
En este momento, yo no sé si él se califica para un defensor público.
¿Qué significa eso?
What does that mean?
Mr. Martinez Arteca, you have a right to an attorney in this matter.
Señor Martínez Artica, usted tiene derecho a la representación de un abogado en este caso.
You need to follow up on application through the public defender's office, see if they will appoint an attorney for you.
Lo que usted debe hacer es meter una solicitud en la oficina de defensor público para ver si se califica para uno de esos abogados.
If they turn you down, you can appeal that decision and apply for a reduced expense attorney or hire your own.
Si le niegan, puede solicitar un abogado del condado por la corte o puede solicitar a su propio abogado.
As for today, I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I make a probable cause finding and enter not guilty pleas on your behalf.
Wait,
No, sir, let me finish.
El día de hoy he repasado la denuncia criminal. Yo determino que existe causa probable en estos casos y, I'm sorry, what was the last part, Your Honor?
And enter not guilty pleas on your behalf.
Y voy a anotar una declaración de no culpable por usted.
State's position on bail.
¿Y cuál es la postura del Estado sobre la fianza?
State is requesting $1,000 cash bail
El Estado va a pedir una fianza en efectivo de $1,000
with conditions that the defendant be banned from Walmart
con la condición de que el acusado sea prohibido de estar en Walmart
and that he not consume or possess any alcohol.
y que no consuma y no posea alcohol.
Your Honor, this is the defendant's fifth open case.
Es el quinto caso abierto con este acusado.
There's growing exposure.
Se está exponiendo a más tiempo posible de cárcel.
Therefore, there's a higher risk of non-appearance and cash bail is necessary to assure appearance.
Y por eso yo creo que corre mayor riesgo de no presentarse a sus cortes y por eso una fianza en efectivo es necesario para asegurar de que él se presente a sus cortes.
Counselor.
Your Honor, we would ask for a signature bond.
Su señoría, pedimos una fianza bajo firma.
This was a nonviolent crime.
Este fue un crimen no violento
At this time, there are no failures to appear in his other cases.
y él nunca ha faltado corte en sus otros casos.
I don't think there's a reason to believe that cash bond is necessary to ensure his continued appearance.
Yo no creo que es necesario creer que una fianza en efectivo es necesario para asegurar su comparecencia.
Because of this, we would ask for a signature bond.
Y debido a eso, pedimos una fianza bajo firma.
Mr. Martinez Arteca has 4 other open cases.
El señor Martínez Artica tiene 4 casos abiertos más aparte de este.
This is now his fifth case, which increases the exposure that he faces.
Y este es el quinto caso que aumenta la posibilidad de más tiempo de cárcel o prisión.
Given that, I believe that some cash bail is necessary to assure Mr. Martinez ARTICA's appearance at court.
Y por eso yo pienso que alguna cantidad de dinero en efectivo de fianza es necesario para asegurar la comparecencia del señor Martínez Artica en la corte.
I will set it in the amount of $200.
Voy a fijar una cantidad de $200.
I will order that you are not to use or possess any alcohol during the pendency of this action.
Ordeno que no puede poseer ni consumir alcohol mientras esté pendiente este caso.
And that you are banned from all Walmarts.
Y prohibición de estar en cualquier Walmart.
We are adjourned.
Se levanta la sesión.
Next up is Terry Brady.
Can I get this case number ready? So that's fine.
I don't think so. Yes. Can we get this?
Jim, it's
Oh, it's.
For bail hearing, court will call 25 CM 2138. For an initial appearance, 26 CM 453. Appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Terry Brady appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Bros from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint in case 26 CM 453, and we waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct, and I do not have information about his eligibility for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause on the newest finding on the newest case and enter not guilty pleas on his behalf. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $200 cash bail on each case with the condition in the initial appearance case that the defendant be banned from Fleet Farm and that he have no contact with his co-defendant Trevor J. Alt. Your Honor, here the defendant failed to appear this January in his bail case. Checking if he has any prior. It doesn't appear that he has any recent failures to appear, but we would ask for that cash to assure appearance in the future.
Hey, I just want to confirm the no contact that was requested on the new case. The co-defendant is listed as William Vance. There was a JA, isn't name way.
I'm just going to take a quick look at that. My notes are inconsistent, but thank you for pointing that out. I think that's the correct request here. It seems like TJA Trevor Alt is a third suspect who hasn't been charged yet, to my understanding.
Counsel.
Your Honor, we would ask for a signature bond in both cases here. They're both nonviolent crimes. Although there is a failure to appear in that 25 CM case, he did inform me that he was in treatment on that date, which is why he was not able to appear. At this point, because they are such nonviolent crimes, I do not think that $200 on each case is necessary to ensure his appearance. For that reason, we'd ask for a signature bond.
In 25 CM 2138, he posted $150 cash bail, failed to appear at the initial appearance. He was ultimately arrested, came in for another initial appearance. They gave him a signature bond, reinstated, and returned the cash bail. Then he failed to appear again on January 8th. So now we're here on that served warrant plus a new case. Given the multiple missed court appearances and the new conduct, which increases the potential penalty, I do believe that in 25 CM 2138, $200 cash bail is appropriate, and reinstate all non-monetary conditions. In the newest case, 26 CM 453, $200 cash bail, a ban from Fleet Farm, and no contact with Trevor Alt during the pendency of these actions. We are adjourned in Mr. Brady's cases.
Right, this way, Mr. Brady. Next up is Andre Sykes, appearing by Zoom. Right this way, I believe Trevor Alt is the one who's the fifth. I believe that's the code finding, sorry.
Sorry, say again?
Was Trevor Alt the code finding, you said, what's the site charge?
Yes, third suspect.
There's third suspect.
I'm just verifying we want to.
Correct.
Okay,
Kind of odd.
so.
No, that's.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Andre Sykes.
Court will call 26 CM 554, State of Wisconsin versus Andre Sykes. Appearances.
John Baker for the state.
Andre Sykes appears by Zoom by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Bros from the Public Defender's Office. Mr. Sykes, if you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you. I was there. My mom is sick, and I had stopped by there, which I shouldn't have did. I had.
One moment.
Sir, you don't want to say anything. There's a court reporter who takes everything down, and you've just admitted to certain things that they're alleging, and you don't want to inculpate yourself, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So counsel's gonna speak for you, okay? She
Okay,
wants to
I
know if you got the criminal complaint, which you
Yeah.
said you did.
I made
Go
a
ahead,
mistake.
counselor.
Is your address on University Avenue still
Yes,
correct?
ma'am. It is, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And at this time, he does qualify for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Sykes' behalf. State's position on bail.
State is requesting a signature bond with conditions that the defendant be banned from the Romnes Apartments, ROMNES, located on ALAN Avenue in Madison, and that the defendant not consume or possess any alcohol. Further, that pretrial services be employed for GPS and alcohol monitoring.
Counselor.
Your Honor, we have no objection to the signature bond or those requirements.
I will then order a signature bond for Mr. Sykes. I will order that you not be at the Romness Apartments and that you not use or possess any alcohol during the pendency of this action. In regards to, I will refer you to pretrial services for GPS monitoring and for the alcohol monitoring. Make sure that upon your release, you do report to pretrial services, either if they're still open today or tomorrow morning by 9 o'clock. We are adjourned in Mr. Sykes' case.
Next up is Shamar Madlock. Madlock.
Court will call 26 CM 557, State of Wisconsin versus Shamar Madlock. Appearances.
John Baker for the state.
Shamar Madlock appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Bros from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint and we waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct and he is not eligible for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding and enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. Sir, you've been given a copy of the information regarding applying for a lawyer. You can apply again at the Public Defender's Office. If you qualify, you can appeal that decision for a reduced payment, or you can hire your own, but this is a misdemeanor matter and it's criminal, so you want an attorney to represent your interests. State's position on bail.
State requests $250 cash bail with conditions that the defendant not consume or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription, and that he not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Your Honor, the defendant was just put on probation in Greene County this January. Therefore, we believe some cash is appropriate.
Counsel.
Your Honor, we would ask for a signature bond. He does have no failures to appear and he does have a 1-year-old son that he lives with. He's lived in Dane County all of his life. I don't think that he is a risk for not appearing in court. For those reasons, we would ask that the signature bond be provided instead.
Your Honor, I will also note that the defendant did allegedly attempt to elude law enforcement on foot in this case, running to a fence, causing damage to that fence, and then behind a dumpster, allegedly dropping his bag of controlled substances, specifically cocaine. In light of these facts, we believe that some cash bail is necessary.
Given these are misdemeanor charges, given the lack of missed court appearances or pending cases at the time, I'm going to give Mr. Madlock the opportunity to appear in his own recognizance. The court is concerned regarding his conduct with law enforcement, and if I were to see a complaint again indicating resisting or obstructing behavior or eluding behavior, it would be high cash bail. So at this time, I am going to give you a signature bond. I'm going to order that you not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription, and that you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. So good luck to you, sir.
Next up is Demetrius Adams for a bail bond hearing.
Court will call 26 CM 226, state of Wisconsin versus Demetrius Adams. Appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Demetrius Adams appears in person by counsel, attorney Erica Becker-Rose from the Public Defender's Office.
We're here on return on warrant. State's position.
Before I make any recommendations, if there is a record to be made, I'd like to hear from the defense as to why the defendant did not appear at his court date last month.
Yes, Your Honor. I have been in contact with his assigned counsel. His assigned counsel was assigned just days before his missed hearing. He has since been in contact with counsel and counsel was actively working on getting the warrant withdrawn. There's actually a status conference that is scheduled where they believe the warrant was likely to be withdrawn. However, he was arrested before the hearing. Since the counsel has been assigned, he has been in continuous contact with him. And we do believe that is, it was a unfortunate situation, but has been rectified.
I'm sorry, maybe I missed it, but what was the reason for the non-appearance?
He was not aware of the date.
I suppose I'll just request a signature button in this case, given his lack of previous warrant history and lack of criminal history. But that won't be the case the next time.
Mr. Adams, you're getting another signature bond. You need to make sure you make your future court dates.
No problem.
I will reinstate all non-monetary conditions as well. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Swiper, if you want to confirm the address, right now we're using the beacon to send notices. Yes.
Yes, the beacon is still correct.
All right. Next up is Kenneth Johnson.
Court will call 26 CF 600, state of Wisconsin versus Kenneth Johnson. Appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Kenneth Johnson appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Rose from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint. We do waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct, and at this time, I am not aware of his eligibility for public defender services.
Sir, you're going to be given a sheet of paper. It tells you about how to apply for public defender's office. If they turn you down for an appointment of counsel, how to appeal that or request a reduced sort of payment plan for an attorney or hire your own. This is a felony matter. You need to make sure that you get yourself an attorney to represent you. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $7,500 cash bail with conditions that the defendant have no contact with Amber C. or her children, that he have no contact with Richard B. as in boy, that he be banned from any place that Amber C resides or occupies, and that he be banned from the 1700 block of South Park Street. I believe that's in Madison. I'm just going to double check. I'll double check that when defense is making that argument, but Your Honor, there is a need for significant cash bail in this case. It's an act eligible case. As alleged in the criminal complaint, the defendant has been constantly contacting the victim in this case for several months via various means in violation of his injunction and the bail conditions in several cases. Most recently, he went to the victim's boyfriend's place of work and had gotten the boyfriend's contact information from other employees who weren't aware of the situation. It's also alleged that he texted an intimate picture of the victim to the boyfriend, obviously without consent. Given the allegations here and the severity of the charges and the need to protect the public, the state is requesting high cash bail.
Counselor.
If I could just have one moment to speak with my client. Your Honor, we would ask for a $500 cash bail, and we would be comfortable with the no contact and the bans from any place that Amber resides or occupies, as well as the ban from the 1700 block of South Park Street. In this case, he is currently in custody with a significant cash bond. In his other cases, I don't think that there is a risk to the public at this time that he will be getting out and doing anything. I think that there's also no issue with him continuing to appear in court. Because he is currently in custody, we would ask for just that $500 cash bail.
And that South Park Street is in Madison,
And is it the 1700 or 2700?
the 1700 block.
In one of Mr. Johnson's previous cases, there's a PSA report that was filed February 18th, gives him 6 out of 6 on new criminal activity, 5 out of 6 on failure to appear. It notes that he's got prior misdemeanor and felony convictions, prior failures to appear in the past 2 years, prior sentences to incarceration, and recommends cash bail. Of note that this was authored February 18th. We're here now on new cases that occurred after that, alleging a February 10th violation and a stalking violation that spans the time frame. Given all of that, given the cases that are currently pending in regards to Mr. Johnson and the recommendation of the PSA report, I do believe higher cash bail is necessary. I will set cash bail in the amount of $4,000. I will order that you have no contact with Amber C or her kids, no calling, writing, texting messages through third parties, no contact whatsoever. No contact with Richard B, and a ban from the 700 block of South Park Street. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, Counselor.
We do not waive.
That is not waived, and it shall be scheduled timely. We are adjourned in Mr. Johnson's case.
Next up is Ernest Hawley, appearing by Zoom for a forfeiture.
Court will call 26-FO-402 Dane County versus Ms. Holly appearances.
John Bake for the county.
Mr. Holly appears in custody via Zoom. Mr. Holly, I have what some consider good news. The police department referred up criminal charges against you. The DA's office reviewed those reports and decided not to charge you criminally. Instead, they've charged you with an ordinance violation, a county resisting/obstructing ticket, similar to a parking citation or a traffic ticket. This case will not hold you in custody, but you have a DOC hold, which is going to hold you. Sometimes this is a case that can be resolved today. What is the county's offer for resolution of this matter?
County's offer is $50 plus court costs.
If you were to plead guilty or no contest, I would find you guilty. I would assess a $50 fine plus court costs, which would total $200.50, and you would have time to pay that. If you want to enter a not guilty plea, that's absolutely your right, and this case can get set for further proceedings. How do you wish to plead to this ordinance violation, sir?
Did you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you wish to plead?
Guilty?
I'll find you guilty. I'll assess a fine of $50 plus costs. That'll come to $200.50. You'll have time to pay that. It takes care of this ordinance violation. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Next up is Adam DeJames.
Court will call 26 CM 555, State of Wisconsin versus Adam DeJanes, appearances.
John Baker for the state.
Adam DeJanes appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Rose from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint and we waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct and he is eligible for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. DeJane's behalf. State's position on bail.
State is requesting a signature bond with conditions that the defendant have no contact with Robert M. as in Mike, and that he be banned from any place that Robert M. resides.
Counselor.
We have no objection.
I will then order a signature bond for Mr. DeJanes. I will order that you are to have no contact with Robert M. Can't call, write, text, message, third party, no contact whatsoever.
Okay.
We are adjourned. Good luck to you, sir.
Next up is Frank Hernandez from Joyce.
Court will call 26 CF 609, State of Wisconsin versus Frank Hernandez Quinones, appearances.
John Baker for the state.
Frank Hernandez Quinones appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Rose from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint, and we waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct, and at this time, he does not want public defender services.
Sir, you're being given a copy of paperwork which talks about your right to an attorney. You can apply again at the Public Defender's Office if you change your mind and want to get appointed counsel. You can appeal that decision if they reject you, to sort of get a payment plan attorney, or you can hire your own attorney at your own expense. In this matter, it is a felony case. You have a right to be represented. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter state's position on bail.
State is requesting a signature bond with the condition that the defendant not operate a motor vehicle. That bond condition would be consistent with his current OWI-4 bond.
Any objection?
No objection.
Sir, you're getting a signature bond. I'm going to order that you not operate a motor vehicle during the pendency of this action. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing.
We would waive.
That is waived.
I apologize.
Conference shall be,
I forgot that he does not want public defender services. We would not waive in that case.
that is,
Hey, to let you know, Mr. Hernandez does have another felony that is pre-bind over. He's had a few status conferences in that case already. Time limits were already waived to that. He does have one final status conference scheduled for April 6th in that. Note that he doesn't have an attorney at that point, so it'll be scheduled for preload regardless. If time limits are waived, they can schedule these together. If time limits are not waived, they will
Okay.
be scheduled.
We'll schedule them together for him.
time limits are waived. Time limits will be waived and it'll be scheduled April 6th for a status conference with his other case. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, right this way. Next up is Brunel V. Johnson.
Court will call 26 CM 556, State of Wisconsin versus Benell Lee Johnson, appearances.
John Baker for the state.
Brunel Lee Johnson appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Rose from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint and we waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct and he does qualify for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Lee Johnson's behalf. State's position on bail.
State's requesting a signature bond with conditions that the defendant be banned from the Westbrook Circle here in Madison, and that he not use or possess any dangerous weapons as that term is defined by statute.
Any objection, Counselor?
I need to quick check that address. Give me one moment. Yeah, we have no objection to that.
I will then order a signature bond, sir. I will order that you are banned from the Westbrook Circle, and that you not go armed with any dangerous weapons as that is defined by statute. We are.
Apologies. Thank you, Your Honor.
We are adjourned to Mr. Lee Johnson's case. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Next up is Michaela McKinney. Michaela?
Roll call 26 CF 484, State of Wisconsin versus Michaela McKinney. Appearances.
John Baker for the state.
Michaela McKinney appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Brose from the Public Defender's Office. She has received a copy of the complaint and we waive its formal reading. The address on file is incorrect and I do have a new address for you. The address is 122 North Main Street, Fort Atkinson, 53538. And at this time, I do not have information about her eligibility for public defender services.
McKinney, you're going to be given a copy of a piece of paper which tells you about your right to an attorney, applying at the Public Defender's Office, appealing that decision, hiring an attorney at your own expense. This is a felony matter. You want to make sure you're represented by counsel. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. State's position on bail.
State is requesting a signature bond with conditions that the defendant have no contact with Avery B, Avery, Isay or Isay F, Isai, or Jennifer F, as well as Daniel M, M as in Mike. And finally, that the defendant not possess or use any financial transaction cards not in her own name.
Counselor.
We have no objection to those, Your
I
Honor.
will then give you a signature bond, sir. I will order that, or ma'am, I will order that you have no contact with Avery B, Isa F, Jennifer F, Daniel M, and that you not possess any financial transaction cards that are not in your own name. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing.
We would waive.
Those are waived. A status conference shall be scheduled. Good luck to you, Ms. McKinney.
You have great.
Next up is Miranda Matthews. Ms. Mackey?
Court will call 26 CF 601, State of Wisconsin versus Miranda Matkey. Appearances.
John Baker for the state.
Miranda Matkey appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Brose from the Public Defender's Office. She has received a copy of the complaint and we do waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct, and at this time she is eligible for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding and enter not guilty pleas. Actually, they're both felony matters. State's position on bail.
State requests $1,000 cash bail with the condition that the defendant not use or consume any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription. Your Honor, the defendant was on warrants for a failure to appear on October 15 of last year. Obviously, it's been quite a few months since that date. She also does have another failure to appear in July 17 of last year. Given the failures to appear and the length of time it's taken for her to get picked up, we believe that significant cash bail is necessary.
Counselor.
If I could have a moment to speak with my client. Your Honor, we would ask for a signature bond. This is a nonviolent crime and she was compliant with the officers arrived. She was not aware of her October court appearance, but I will note that she has a strong record of appearances. Otherwise, in her cases, she did appear 4 times, all 4 of her court appearances in 2024, as well as in March 24th, 2025. Because of this strong record of appearing in her other case, I do think that a signature bond is appropriate.
Looking at one of her other cases, she failed to appear in July, ultimately had cash bond, got it reduced, was released, got a signature bond, and then promptly failed to appear again. Given the history of non-appearances, I do believe some cash bail is necessary to assure Ms. Mackey's appearance at future court dates. I will set it in the amount of $350. I will order that you not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia during the pendency of this action. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, Counselor.
We would not waive.
Those are not waived. A preliminary hearing shall be timely scheduled. We are adjourned.
Right, this way. Next up is Mercedes Nava. Over there.
Court will call 26 CM 552, State of Wisconsin versus Mercedes Nava, appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Mercedes Nava appears by Counsel Attorney Erica Becker-Brose from the Public Defender's Office. She has received a copy of the complaint and we waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct, and at this time she is eligible for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter not guilty pleas on Ms. Nava's behalf. State's position on bail.
State is requesting a signature bond with conditions that the defendant have no contact with Harmony N, as in November, that the defendant not use or consume any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription, and also that the defendant not use or consume any alcohol.
Counselor.
Your Honor, we have no objection.
I will then give Ms. Nava a signature bond. I will order that you have no contact with Harmony M. You can't call, write, text, message, no contact whatsoever. And I will order that you not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription. We are adjourned in Ms. Nava's case.
All right, next up is Thomas Robichaud for a forfeiture. Everybody's.
I will also order that you not possess or consume any alcohol.
Yes. I missed who was that.
Robichaud or Thomas?
I didn't hear either.
Yeah, Thomas Robichaud, everybody Zoom for.
Court will call 26 FO 408, Dane County versus Thomas Robichaud, appearances.
John Bake for the county. Defendant appears via Zoom out of custody. I'm sorry, in custody without counsel.
Mr. Robichaud, I have what some consider good news. The police department referred up criminal charges against you. The DA's office reviewed those police reports, decided not to charge you criminally, and instead charge you with an ordinance violation for county disorderly conduct. No matter what you plead, if this is the only thing holding you, you're going to be released today. Sometimes it's a case that can be resolved today. I did know Mr. Robichaud was in the mirror. I can no longer see him through the window. Not sure if he's there. What is the county? Oh, he is there. What is the county's offer for resolution?
County is offering court costs.
I accept.
If you want to plead, if you want to plead guilty or no contest to this
No
ordinance
contest.
violation.
No contest. I'm gonna live in the
accept-
city I live in.
I'll accept your no contest plea. I'll assess court costs $114.50. You'll have time to pay that, and it takes care of this case. Good luck to you, Mr. Robichaud.
Next up is Michelle White. White.
Court will call case numbers 26 CF 604 and 26 CF 602, appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Michelle White appears in person by Counsel Attorney Erica Becker-Brose from the Public Defender's Office. She has received a copy of the complaint. We waive its formal reading.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make probable cause findings as to the misdemeanor in 26 CF 602. I do enter a not guilty plea on Ms. White's behalf. State's position on bail.
State is requesting a signature bond in each case. As for non-monetary conditions in 26 CF 602, state requests that the defendant be banned from all Kohl's stores. In 604, state requests that the defendant be banned from all Sephora stores.
Any objection?
No objection.
Ms. White, there is a PSA key in this case. It gives you 4 out of 6 on new criminal activity, 5 out of 6 on failures to appear, and it recommends cash bail. I can tell you that if you come through again, you're gonna get cash bail. You need to comply with the terms of these conditions. State's not recommending cash bail, but looking at that PSA, they are. I'm gonna give you a signature bond in both these cases today. And in 604, I'm gonna order that you are banned from all Sephoras. And in 602, I'm gonna order that you are banned from all Kohl's. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing.
Yes, we would waive them.
Those are waived. A status conference shall be scheduled. Good luck to you, Ms. White.
All right, Ms. White, right this way. Next up is David Severson.
Court will call 26 CF 611, State of Wisconsin versus David Severson. Appearances.
John Vick for the state.
David Severson appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Rose from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint. We waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct, and at this time, he is eligible for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter not guilty pleas to any misdemeanor charges on Mr. Severson's behalf. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $2,000 cash bail with conditions that the defendant be banned from the 6,000 block of County Highway M, as in Mike, in Verona. Your Honor, this is the defendant's third open case. He's been released in those 2 cases from custody after posting small amounts of cash bond. Now he is allegedly intentionally violating his very specific bail conditions. Therefore, significant cash bail is necessary.
Counselor.
Your Honor, we would ask for a signature bond. At this time, I want to reiterate that he has lived in Dane County for 21 years. He does have parents, siblings, and extended family here. I don't believe that he has any prior failures to appear. And I don't think that he will have trouble continuing to appear in court. At this time, we would ask for that signature bond. I think that the $2,000 is significant considering his financial position, and it would be too onerous based on his financial position.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch, was the address good for your client?
Yes.
I just glanced at the probable cause affidavit, it suggests that it is not good for your client.
Should I get my mail there?
He states that that's where he receives his mail.
Okay.
He's banned from there in previous cases.
My parents picked my mail up there for me. It's still my home. I own the house.
All right, in reviewing the cases that are currently pending, we now have new alleged violations and increased potential penalty. Given all of that, I do believe cash bail is necessary to assure Mr. Severson's appearance at future court dates. I will set it in the amount of $750. I will order that you are banned from the 600 block of County Highway M. 6,000 block of County Highway M. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, counselor.
We do not waive.
Those are not waived and it shall be timely scheduled. We are adjourned in Mr. Severson's case.
Right, next up is Donald Thomas for a forfeiture. Donald.
Court will call 26 FO 409 Dane County versus Donald Thomas Junior appearances.
John Bake for the county. Defendant appears in person in custody without counsel.
Mr. Thomas, I have what some consider good news. The police department referred up criminal charges against you. The DA's office decided not to charge you criminally. Instead, they've charged you with the ordinance violation of county disorderly conduct, similar to a parking ticket or a citation. If this is the only thing holding you, no matter what you plead to this case, you're gonna get out today. Sometimes it's a case that can get resolved today. What's the county's offer for resolution?
County is offering court costs.
If you were to plead guilty or no contest to this ordinance violation, I would find you guilty. I would assess court costs of $114.50. You'd have some time to pay that. If you want to plead not guilty, that's absolutely your right, and this case can get set for further proceedings. How do you wish to plead to this ordinance violation?
I don't have nobody here to pay anything to.
It's not going to hold you in. You'll have time to pay it. If you want to plead not guilty, that's absolutely your right, and it can get set for further proceedings. It's up to you, though, how you wish to plead today.
I don't know what to do.
I'll enter a not guilty plea, and the case can get set for further proceedings.
No, I was trying to go home today.
If this is the only thing holding you, no matter what you plead to this, you're going to go home today.
Okay.
So I'll enter a not guilty plea. You'll get notice of your next court date for this case.
No, because I don't want to plead it because I don't live here. I stay in Chicago, so I will be going back home.
So do you want to plead to this case then?
I guess if I,
I'm telling you your options. You can plead not guilty, or you
Yeah.
can plead no contest or guilty. It's up to you.
okay, I guess I'm guilty.
All right, then I'll find you guilty. I'll assess a court cost of $114.50. You'll have time to pay that. We are adjourned. Good luck to you, sir.
I will go home today.
If there's nothing else holding you, we'll go home. I don't know if you have DOC hold or anything else out on you. If you don't.
No.
Okay.
Next up is Corey Reese for Bail Jumping. One initial appearance, one bail. Corey Reese.
For a bail hearing, court will call 25 CM 1993 for an initial appearance, 26 CM 515 appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Corey Reese appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Rose from the Public Defender's Office. He hasn't received a copy of the new complaint, and we do waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct, and at this time, he is eligible for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding in 26 CM 515 and enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Reese's behalf to those misdemeanor charges. State's position on bail.
Before state gives its argument, if there is any record, I'd like to hear from defense as to why the defendant missed his court appearances.
Your Honor, for the failure to appear in the, are you referring to the 26 CM 515?
Both.
Okay, so for the 26 CM 515, the complaint was issued on March 4th and the initial appearance was on March 5th. He didn't have a meaningful opportunity to learn of the complaint and to appear. And then in the newer one, we don't have an explanation, but I would note that we do have multiple other appearances in court. Although there was that failed appearance on March 9th, he did appear in multiple other times.
I just glanced at the jail computer. It shows the arrest location is 115 West Doty Street.
Did he turn himself in?
I turned myself in, man.
State wouldn't object to a signature bond in both cases. As for the new case, the initial appearance, we'd ask for conditions that the defendant not operate a motor vehicle with any alcohol in his system, and that he not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Any objection?
I'm sorry, in your case, there's $150 on file from prior.
Oh. I would ask that that be kept.
Any objection?
No objection to those, Your Honor.
Then in 25 CM 1993, I'll maintain the $150 currently posted and all non-monetary conditions that were set in that case. In 26 CM 515, I will give you a signature bond. I will order that you not operate a motor vehicle with any alcohol in your system or without a valid driver's license. You're getting the signature bond in these cases because you turned yourself in, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, this way. Next up is Gary Wahlberg. Wahlberg, Gary. Able to for a little bit.
Protocol 26 CF 612, State of Wisconsin versus Gary Wahlberg, appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Gary Wahlberg appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Brose from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint and we waive its formal reading.
That's right.
The address on file is correct, and at this time, he is not eligible for public defender services.
Sir, you're given a copy of a piece of paper which tells you about your right to an attorney. You can appeal the decision of the Public Defender's Office. You can apply for a court-appointed attorney, or you can hire your own attorney. But this is a felony matter, so you want to make sure you are represented by counsel in this case. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea to the misdemeanor charge in count 2, state's position on bail.
State is requesting $500 cash bail with conditions that the defendant not operate a motor vehicle and that he not consume or possess any alcohol. Here, given the nature of the charges, it's alleged that the defendant struck another vehicle and took off, fled the scene while he was drunk driving. There's a lot of exposure that comes with this felony conviction. Therefore, the state would ask for some cash.
Counselor.
Your Honor, Reed asked for a signature bond. He has no issues with failure to appear. His only prior is another OWI, and in that case, again, he had no issues with appearing. I don't believe that he will have any issues in this case as well. I don't believe that cash bond is necessary to ensure his appearance at future court hearings.
I've heard nothing regarding missed court appearances. There is potential large penalty in regards to these cases, but given the lack of missed court appearances, I am going to give Mr. Wahlberg the opportunity to appear in his own recognizance, and will give him a signature bond. I will order during the pendency of this action that you not operate a motor vehicle with any alcohol in your system, and then that you not possess or consume any alcohol. We urge our time limits just to the preliminary hearing.
We would not waive, Your Honor.
Those are not waived, and a preliminary hearing shall be timely scheduled. We are adjourned.
All right, right this way. Next up is Jeffrey Clement, right this way. Gary, this way.
Where am I going?
Right this way, Mr. Wahlberg. Watch out for the format.
I think it was Clement. Might be wrong.
Yeah.
Jeffrey?
Protocol 26 CF 608, State of Wisconsin versus Jeffrey Clement, appearances.
John Bake for the state.
Jeffrey Clement appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Becker-Brose from the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint, and we do waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct, and he is eligible for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I can make a probable cause finding. I will enter not guilty pleas to counts 2 and 3 on Mr. Clement's behalf. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $2,000 cash bail with conditions that the defendant have no contact with Desiree H. or her children, DEZARAE, that the defendant be banned from anywhere Desiree H. is residing, that the defendant not consume or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription, and for the court to admonish the defendant via 944-7. As this court is aware, this is an Act 3 eligible case. Not only is it alleged that the defendant battered the victim in front of her children, but it's also alleged that he threatened to kill the victim if she reported anything to law enforcement while she was actively talking to law enforcement. He does have a prior case with the same victim, a battery case, which ultimately resolved in a disorderly conduct with a domestic abuse enhancer pursuant to a plea agreement. I think that highlights that this is not the first time that he has been violent towards this victim. And given the behavior here will not be his last time, absent some serious intervention from our legal system. Therefore, we would ask for significant cash in order to ensure public safety and specifically the safety of the victim in this case.
Counselor.
Your Honor, we would ask for a signature bond. I will note that there is a PSA that has been issued in this case that also recommends a signature bond. Although this is a serious charge, he does have no failures to appear in prior cases. I don't think that there's going to be an issue with his further appearances in future, at future hearings. Again, I would note that he has no technical prior violent convictions, and he also has no failures to appear pre-trial in the past 2 years. He does have extended family and friends here. I don't believe that he is any type of flight risk. I do believe that a signature bond is appropriate in accordance with the PSA.
The PSA does give him 3 on both new criminal activity and failure to appear. He has no prior failure to appears within the last 2 years. He's got no prior failure to appear. He does have prior failure to appears older than 2 years. He's got prior felony and misdemeanor convictions. This current offense is violent. It is domestic in nature. Ultimately, it recommends a signature bond. Given that information in regards to this case and the potential penalty, I'm going to allow Mr. Clement to appear on his own recognizance, and I will give him a signature bond. I will order that you have no contact with Desiree H. or her kids, no calling, writing, messaging, nothing whatsoever. Did you request a 940.47 on this one?
I did, Commissioner.
I will, after reviewing the complaint, I do find that knowing and malicious prevention or dissuasion of any person who is a victim or as a witness has occurred or is reasonably likely to occur. Therefore, the no contact is under this. Sir, you need to make sure you have no contact whatsoever. There can be multiple criminal charges.
Okay.
I'm going to also order that you not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription during the pendency of this action. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing.
We would waive.
Those are waived. A status conference shall be scheduled. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. All right, next up is David Plaza and Tuna. Talk to my kids.
Sorry.
Plaza and Tuna.
Court will call 26 CM 553, State of Wisconsin versus David Giancarlos Plaza Antuno. Appearances.
John Bake for the state.
David Giancarlos Plaza Antuna appears in person by counsel attorney Erica Beck-Rose for the Public Defender's Office. He has received a copy of the complaint. We waive its formal reading. The address on file is correct, and at this time, he is eligible for public defender services.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on the defendant's behalf. State's position on bail.
State recommends a signature bond with conditions that the defendant not use or possess or consume any alcohol, and that he be banned from the State Street Langdon area.
I will then give state's position.
We would ask for a signature bond, but we would ask not to have the ban from the State Street area. He does have an upcoming interview at a restaurant on State Street. He is looking for that job, and I don't want him to lose that opportunity.
Given the conduct that's alleged, I do believe the no contact is appropriate. I will order a signature bond for Mr. Plaza Antuna. I will order that you not possess or consume any alcohol. I will also order that you are banned from the State Street map area. You're going to get a copy of that during the pendency of this action. We are adjourned.
Right, Swift. Thank you. That's everyone.